A very warm welcome if you've just joined us for our latest fun family quiz. Nick here again, hope you're well. So as usual we have 20 questions, not too serious as always. All sorts of different random multiple choice questions. If you've never played before, then you need to use another device to go on to buzzerpad.com. That's shown in the centre of the screen there. So maybe that you use your smartphone or your iPad or another tablet. Go on to buzzerpad.com, then put in the PIN code 71625. Then tap the screen so that you're registered for today's quiz. If you've played one of our quizzes before, then please do make sure that you change the PIN code. You might have one that's already stored there, but that won't be valid. You won't be registered if you stick with that current PIN code, so you do need to use the one that's specific to today's quiz. A different code each time, 71625, and then tap the screen. It's against the clock, so most of the questions, 40 seconds you have to answer them. You'll tap the screen, usually with 3 or 4 different options. You'll see the timer go down and the points go down at the same time. So make sure you make your choice as quickly as possible. You can press your keypad as many times as you want, but you can't change your answer. So your first answer, as with many quizzes, is final. There's no turning back, but You've got that decision to make. Do you go early and get as many points as possible, or do you wait, weigh up your options, and then go for your answer? But often I hear people say that they just guess as quickly as possible because that might just pay off. If you guess every answer quickly and you get a fair number right, then you may well do better than somebody who ponders over their answer before getting it right, but they might only have 10 or more points out of a possible 40. So the tip is to answer as quickly as possible. So we'll get underway at around about 10 minutes past 5, so plenty of time for people to log in to play in today's quiz. 71625 is the pin code there on the screen. Then tap the screen to make sure you're registered. Been told about a couple of people who might be playing for the first time today, so I can't see who's registered until we get the quiz underway. So I'll give those a name check if I manage to see those on the screen as soon as we get underway. So I shall return shortly. In the meantime, if you've not yet signed in, 71625 and then tap the screen to play, and we'll be getting underway at around about 10 minutes past 5. Nick here again. Welcome if you've just joined us. You'll see the pin code there on the screen, 71625. Then you need to tap the screen to be registered to play in tonight's quiz. As I mentioned earlier, for those who may have missed it, if you have played previously, it will have saved your pin code from the last time. So make sure that you put in that new pin code, because I've heard of one or two people trying to play with an old pin code and it won't work, I'm afraid. There's an exclusive one for each quiz and it's there on the screen, 71625. Also importantly, you need to tap the screen when you've put your pin code in, otherwise you won't be registered to play. And it's against the clock. If you've not played before, you won't know how it works, but it is against the clock. Multiple choice. You've got generally 40 seconds per question to answer. Slightly longer for one of the video questions. There's a number of clues there. And the quicker you answer, the more points you stand to gain. Over 50 people now registered to play, which is great to see. I thought the numbers might be seriously hit by the fact that it's Father's Day, and also it's been quite decent weather. The sun here in Colaston has just gone in a little, but I know it's been good weather, so I'm sure plenty of people taking advantage of the weather, getting out there. Also with restrictions eased a little as well. But now 54 registered to play, so usually we average about 70 people on this quiz, so the number's holding up well. Still got a few minutes for people to log in, 71625, and then tap the screen. You'll see the timer going down and the points going down at the same time. So I'll make it around about 3 minutes to go before we kick off in today's quiz. As usual, nothing too serious, all sorts of random questions. One or two that could be described as general knowledge, but generally we have quite different questions. Quite random, some photo questions in there. There's a video one as well. So we try and make it as light-hearted as possible. And of course, there is a £10 voucher to spend in the Club Superstore at the Technique Stadium for the winner. So adds to the competition. So the winner will need to take a screenshot or a photo of their keypad screen to send to us to claim that £10 voucher. So the pin code 71625, and then tap the screen, which will see you registered to play in today's quiz. So just around a couple of minutes away from kickoff, 71625, then tap the screen. That's after, of course, you've put in your name as you'd like it to appear on the screen. And now the 60 is up, so only 10 short of the average figure, I would say. I think we usually get around about 70. So thanks for your support. It does make it worthwhile putting the quizzes together when you see that people do enjoy them, and thanks to those who've been in touch to say how much they're enjoying the quiz. Great to receive that feedback. I know that restrictions are easing, so people have different things to do, but still the numbers holding up well when we run the quizzes. And some excellent feedback I receive as well. So thanks very much for those of you who take the time to get in touch. I've had emails, I've had texts, I've had messages via social media. So gratefully received. Reminder about Wednesday night, we have the Spyrites quiz. That's for Chesterfield fans. Anybody can take part, but of course it would help if you did have some knowledge on the Spyrites. Once again, multiple choice, the same format. That's on Wednesday night here on our YouTube channel from around 8 PM. So around a minute away from kickoff today. So 71625 is the code, and then tap the screen. That will ensure that you're registered to play in today's quiz. There's a delay usually of around about 5 or 6 seconds over the internet. I'm just going to have a quick look to see how we're performing, but it looks to be pretty good, pretty solid, the stream, which is all important. So I'm just going to do a very quick check just to see where we are. So you'll see a graphic come up in a sec. Yep, so that's running at about optimum level, at around about 6 seconds I make it. So that's great. So just make sure that you take that into account, because if you answer with only around 6 seconds left or less, then you may well miss out. So do make sure that you don't leave it till the last second, because your choice won't be recorded, unfortunately. So we have 66 and I make it 510. So we'll get underway in just a sec. Just a final call if you've only just joined us. The pin code there on the screen, 71625. And then you need to tap the screen to make sure you're registered to play in today's quiz. So we'll get underway without further ado. Good luck, everyone. Let's take a look to see who we have on board today. Not so super Sid and Zaros. They don't feel as confident today. They have performed well in the past, so welcome to you. Roy CFC as well, KC73. Chesterfield, Brazil. All the way from Brazil, we have our Brazilian supporter, so welcome to you. Hope you enjoy playing today. And also the fifth to sign in, the Wag Rileys. Now, been asked to give them a mention. That's Tracy, Chloe, Bifter, playing for the very first time under the name of the Wag Rileys. So welcome to you. Good luck and hope you enjoy it. The Cots, the Quizzlers, Sweet Cheeks, Woody's Lot, Adrian and Jane. I won't read everybody out. That's the first 10 to sign in. And further down we have Kevin Wag, who's performed well lately, particularly in the quizzes. Bushy Tails from, I believe, Hertfordshire. Welcome to you, and the Watties as well. Also regular competitors. Linda J is another familiar name, as is Travelman, Zoe's uncle. Quickly scanning down the Johnsons. Linny Sue. Smell My Cheese, obviously an Alan Partridge fan, like that one. Christchurch Spyrite and South Coast Spyrites also seem to play in pretty much every quiz that we do, so welcome to you all. And we have up to 70 now. CFC Turners, LW Squad and Jack, the latest to sign in. So let's get underway then with today's fun family quiz. Remember, it's against the clock, so answer as quickly as you can to score as many points as possible. So we start with, what is a baby ferret called? Is it a kit, a foal, a pup, or a cub? A baby ferret. What is that called? A kit, a foal, a pup, or a cub? Quickly get your answers in. Don't delay or it could cost you valuable points. "15 seconds left. Quickly get your answer in. Make sure you've not pressed before the timer starts because it won't be registered. So we have 3 people there who've not been able to answer, it looks as like. Yeah. So the answer is kit. So just before we find out how many people got that right, just make sure that your connection is working. If you've tried to answer and it's not registered, so we had 3 people there, it will show you a message on your keypad. So if that's not flashed up, then clearly there's an issue. You might need to re-register. So do check out that your connection is okay. And also, you need to ensure that your stream that you're watching is right to the end. So drag the bar to the right when you're watching YouTube, just to make sure that you are watching it right up to date, because otherwise if you're lagging behind, that could cost you some valuable points. So let's have a look at, see how many people got kit. So A, the answer, and 41 of you got that right. 14 for pup, 6 apiece for foal and cub. So let's take a look. Leaderboard after the first question. And shoot. Shoots in at number 1, Newton Sparite. Second, Ricardo. In third, Zoe's favourite, Zoe's uncle. South Coast Sparrites, Linny Sue, Andy T, Not So Super Siddons Are Us, and Will Dean. That's the top 10. Move on to question 2. Which of the following TV presenters has the most Twitter followers? Is it Jonathan Ross, Gary Lineker, or Piers Morgan? So we're looking for the highest amount of Twitter followers amongst those 3 TV presenters. Either Jonathan Ross, Gary Lineker, or Piers Morgan. All prolific on social media. And 15 seconds left. Just 2 people to answer. And the answer is Piers Morgan. 7.6 million Twitter followers. That's narrowly ahead of Gary Lineker, and then Jonathan Ross, just over 5 million Twitter followers. So how many people put Piers Morgan? 49 if you're getting that right. 16 for Gary Lineker, 3 for Jonathan Ross, 2 no-shows. So just repeat that, just make sure that you are registered to play. Maybe that you've got some connection issue there. So all but 2 able to answer. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Then Shoot was the leader after the first question. And South Coast Sparrites takes over at the top. Ricardo second, and Zoe's uncle in third. I like that name. Barry Jive and the Downtown 5. Sounds like a soul group from the 70s. Looney Luna, then Zoe's favourite, Haggy 777, Drew Peacock, Smell My Cheese, and then Shez. That's the top 10 so far. And question 3, these 4 stores are no longer trading. Which was the first to close? So look at the photos and pick out which of those was the first to stop trading. So the 4 stores clearly identified there. Which was the first to close? Tyrac, Comet, Focus, or Barrett's? "15 seconds left. Quickly get your answer in. And the answer is Focus. Closed in 2011, then it was Comet a year later. And then in 2013, both Tyrac and Barrett's ceased trading. So C, the answer. How many people got that? Oh, very even spread there. hardly ever seen such an even spread of answers. 18 narrowly ahead of B and C, and then A with 15, so very tight there. Let's take a look then to see how that affects the leaderboard. South Coast Spyrite still at the top, Ricardo, and then Luna. Smell My Cheese is in fourth, like saying that. So his favourite, Baker, Shoot, the leader after the first question, Adrian and Jane, CFC Turners, and then Zoe's uncle. Might actually do just an Alan Partridge Smell My Cheese if we continue. Let's take a look further down. Who have we got there? We've got the Edgers, 33rd place. Welcome to you. Chesterfield, Brazil, 34th place. Not So Siddons R Us have dropped down to 35th. Linny Sue at the bottom of the page there, 46, sorry. Then who do we have there? Kevin Wag we have. And then at the bottom, don't know if we got one or two who are struggling to connect, who are on 0. But we have 70 registered apparently, but might be some connection issues there. Let's move on. So 4, which is the UK's biggest car insurance company based on market share and gross written premiums? Is it Aviva, Direct Line Group, Admiral Group, or AXA? Aren't the consumer related questions? So this one is the UK's biggest car insurance company. Is it Aviva, Direct Line Group, Admiral Group, or AXA? And half the time gone. 15 seconds left. Quickly get your answer in. And the answer is Admiral Group. So how many people put C? 17 getting that right. The third most popular answer behind Direct Line Group and Aviva. So again, a fairly even spread there. So is South Coast Spyrites still at the top? No, we have Luna at the top. 10-point lead over Baker, and then CFC Turners. That's the top 3 so far. Still plenty of time to go. A Campbell's Soup survey saw which flavour narrowly come out on top? Was it cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, or cream of tomato? That was a survey conducted by Campbell's Soup. The most popular flavour, was it cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, or cream of tomato? Half the time gone now. Ten seconds left. So all but 2 answering. Cream of chicken. I think plenty of people will have gone for tomato, that's my guess. And yes, most popular answer, tomato. But it was cream of chicken which narrowly beat it in the survey. Then cream of mushroom trailing in 3rd place. So let's take a look now at the top of the leaderboard. Baker is there ahead of South Coast Spyrites, so the leadership changing again. Smell My Cheese in 3rd place. Luna, Adrian and Jane, CFC Turners, Shoot, Ricardo, Will Dean, and Not So Super Siddons are us. That's the top 10 on that first page. Good to see Chesterfield, Brazil there in 21st place. What else have we got? The Wag Rileys on their debut, just off the first page, 23rd place. And yeah, I'm guessing at the bottom, 1 or 2 connection issues there. Okay, number 6. Who of the following have had the most UK top 40 hits? Is it Black Sabbath, Black Lace, Paper Lace, or Lovelace Watkins? The most UK top 40 hits from those artists there: Black Sabbath, Black Lace, Paper Lace, or Lovelace Watkins? "15 seconds left. So again, all but 2 answering. The answer: Black Sabbath, with 7 top 40 hits. 4 apiece for Black Lace and Paper Lace. 0 for Lovelace Watkins, who was a bigger star in the United States. So how many people put A? Black Sabbath. 39 getting that right. 20 going for Black Lace. 7 for Paper Lace and 2 for Lovelace Watkins. 2 no-shows. So how does that change things, if at all, at the top? Baker is there, 4 points ahead of South Coast Spyrites, then Looney Luna, CFC Turner's Ricardo, Smell My Cheese, Zoe's Favourite, Liam, Drew Peacock, and The Smiths. That's the top 10. And on that first page, the debutants, the Wag Rileys, in 20th place, beating Kevin Wag, who I presume has introduced them to the quiz. And Barry Jive and the Downtown 5 at the bottom of the page. Okay, who is this bad waxwork model supposed to be? Is it Richard E. Grant, Nicolas Cage, or Sylvester Stallone? What a truly awful waxwork model, but who is that supposed to be? It is genuine. Well, it is genuine that it exists, unless it's now been melted down due to the embarrassment. Who is it supposed to be? Richard E. Grant, Nicolas Cage, or Sylvester Stallone? So I think everybody's answered who can answer. 2 clearly struggling to register theirs. The answer: Sylvester Stallone, would you believe? So how many people put C? Yeah, I think the fact that he was shirtless perhaps was a very good clue. 56 getting that right. 8 going for Nicolas Cage, 4 for Richard E. Grant. So let's take a look at the leaderboard. South Coast Spyrites returns to the top, just a fraction, level on points with Baker, but fractionally quicker to make the difference. Looney Luna in 3rd place. On 2, question 8. A study of the intelligence of dogs found which breed to be the smartest? Is it Poodle, Border Collie, German Shepherd, or Golden Retriever? Remember, if you've jumped the gun and pressed too early, it won't count, so make sure that your selection is registered. Press as many times as you want on the keypad, but you can't change your answer. So half the time gone now. Poodle, Border Collie, German Shepherd, or Golden Retriever is the most intelligent breed of dog? And the answer is Border Collie. I think that'll be a popular answer, my guess is. Yep, most popular one, 35, but 15 for German Shepherd, 12 for Golden Retriever, 6 for Poodle. Poodles are supposed to be very intelligent. I think they are perhaps second in the list. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. CFC Turners take over at the top, so yet another change of leader. South Coast Spyrites into 2nd place, Baker in 3rd, Looney Luna, Drew Peacock, Zoe's Favourite, Not So Super Siddons Are Us, the Backheaders, Lilo, and the Cots. That's the top 10. Let's take a look further down. Chesterfield, Brazil is there in 24th. Shoot, who was the leader after the first question in 23rd. Then the Johnsons. No family favouritism there. No, I've not leaked any answers. The Wag Rileys making their debut today. Smell My Cheese has dropped out of the top 10. And looking further down, Travel Man towards the bottom of that page. Mighty Mond, Sweet Cheeks. Linny Sue's 45th. Pudding's Mum, who did well the other week. Edgers are in 53rd. Big Bill Catfishy, S.E. Sparrat Harry. Kevin Wag not doing so well this week. Normally a very good competitor, but not having such a good day today. Bushy Tails may well have had problems with some connection, but they appear to have ironed that out now because they're taking part. And just two, it appears, who are unable to answer Andall and Linda J. I wonder if they're in the same house and experiencing the same connection issues. Okay, which is the largest of these big cats? Is it cougar, leopard, cheetah, or jaguar? So all big cats, but which one is the largest? Either a cougar, a leopard, a cheetah, or a jaguar. Been using some of the lockdown time to look at various nature videos. Fascinating to see some of the big cats shown on video. Which one of those though is the biggest? The cougar, leopard, cheetah, or jaguar? 10 seconds left. And the answer is jaguar. So how many people put jaguar? Well, the second most popular answer after leopard, and cougar and cheetah. I wouldn't have known that. It would have been a pure guess in all honesty. So leaderboard time. CFC Turners are there. 4 points ahead of Lilo, and then South Coast Sparrites in third. Baker is fourth, then Ricardo, Christchurch Sparrite, Wildine, Looney Luna, Drew Peacock, and Cooper Man. That's the top 10. On to question 10. Which country is this? Look at the map and tell us whether it's Spain, Turkey, Greece, or Malta. So look at the outline of that country. Which one is it from that list? Spain, Turkey, Greece, or Malta? Well, I can say I've been there, which isn't going to be much of a help unless you know where I've travelled in the world. I particularly enjoyed it there as well. So 10 seconds left. And the answer is Greece. How many people put Greece? Yep. Way out in front as the most popular choice, 46. 12 going for Turkey, 6 for Spain, and 2 for Malta. So, on the leaderboard, Ricardo is yet another new leader. So, the leadership changing hands several times already. South Coast Sparrites, 1 point behind. Then Baker, Christchurch Sparrite, Wildine, Drew Peacock, Looney Luna, Zoe's Favourite, Woody's Lot, and Cooper Man. That's the top 10. On to question 11. Who am I? Look at the clues and tell us whether it's Cheryl Cole, Carrie Katona, Nicole Scherzinger, or Kim Marsh. So part of an all-girl group formed in 98. Get in your answer as quickly as you can. I've been married 3 times. Next clue coming up. So we know that starred in TV ads for Iceland. That should be a good clue. And the first female winner of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. So Cheryl Cole, Carrie Katona, Nicole Scherzinger, or Kim Marsh. Answer as quickly as you can. Only 2 running out of time there. Kerry Katona. So how many people put Kerry Katona? 32 getting that right. So roughly half the amount of people. 22 going for Cheryl Cole. Actually, she calls herself just Cheryl now, but I thought I'd put the Cole in just so nobody was confused. And 5 apiece for Nicole Scherzinger and Kim Marsh. So on the leaderboard, we have Christchurch Spyrite at the top. So once again, a change. Looney Luna, a point behind. Zoe's Favourite, then Will Dean, Ricardo, Woody's Lot, South Coast Spyrites, Baker, CFC Turners, and Drew Peacock. Since we're at the halfway stage, let's take another check on where everybody is. The Wag Rileys, I see there on their debut in 21st place. Quizzlers, 28th there. Travelman, the Losers, the Johnsons at the bottom of the left-hand column. Smell My Cheese is in 35th. Chesterfield, Brazil in 40th. Doing well, my friend. Edgers, 52nd place. And Vinks is guessing the answers. SC Sparrow, Harry Isolated Grandparents, Linny Sue, 57th, Bushy Tails, Nesquik, Bruno Fernandez, Rabbit, Dave and Ann. Aldershot Sparrow, Kevin Wag, Jack, Symbol, I'm going to say, for 66th. Okay, so let's move on. So it seems though Bushy Tails has registered 3 times there. Obviously having connection issues, but finally managing to get in 59th. Question 12. Which actor has played the role of James Bond the most times? Is it Sir Roger Moore, Daniel Craig, Pierce Brosnan, or Sean Connery? Are you a James Bond fan? Well, who has played the role of James Bond the most times? Sir Roger Moore, Daniel Craig, Pierce Brosnan, or Sean Connery? I have to say, of those, my personal favourite, Sir Roger Moore. Like the way he used to play it for laughs. Very corny jokes, things like that. 15 seconds left. Live and Let Die, was it? Where he used the Crocs as stepping stones to get over the water. Fantastic. And the answer, Sir Roger Moore. I think it was 7 times. And 29 getting that right. Sean Connery getting 20 votes. 9 for Daniel Craig, 7 for Pierce Brosnan. So, on the leaderboard, Christchurch Spyrite at the top. Looney Luna in second, just 4 points behind. And Zoe's Favourite, only 5 points off the lead. South Coast Spyrite's doing well, as is Ricardo, CFC Turners, Woody's Lot. Barry Jive and the Downtown 5, they're back at number 8. And Newton Blues and Will Dean. I think I was on the top 40 rundown there. Number 8, Barry Jive and the Downtown 5. Okay, on to the next one. We have, which US state is the biggest in size? Is it Alaska, New York, Texas, or Ohio? The biggest US state in size. So it's not population, it's size of the area. Alaska, New York, Texas, or Ohio? Half the time gone. And 10 seconds left, so quickly get your answer in. And the answer is Alaska. And 35 if you're getting that right. Approximately half the people taking part. 23 going for Texas, which is a good shout. I think I would have perhaps gone for that. New York for, with 3 and 1 for Ohio. 9 no-shows. Leaderboard. Zoe's Favourite. Yet another new leader. Remarkable how it's changing hands at the top. CFC Turners in second. Woody's Lot in third, Christchurch Spyrite, Wildine, Looney Luna, Newton Blues, Roy CFC, South Coast Spyrites, and 10 is Ricardo. Okay, so on we go with question 14. A mother and daughter made the news recently after complaining about being told to leave an Asda in Kent. What was the reason given by the member of staff? They tried to buy all the stock of hand gel, they had a puppy with them, they were wearing crop tops, or they had a screaming baby with them. That was a long question to read out. Make sure you've not gone too early. If you went before the timer started, taking into account the delay over the internet, so make sure, press your choice again, just to make sure that that has registered. Half the time gone now. Ten seconds left. And the answer is they were wearing crop tops. Okay, how many got that? Yep, I think quite a few people reading that in the news. 43, 9 going for the hand gel one, 5 for the puppy, and 3 for the baby. But 43 getting C, the answer right. So let's take a look at the leaderboard. Zoe's favourite still in the lead ahead of Woody's Lot and Christchurch Spyrite in third place. Going to be very close this, I think. 15. Which musical premiered in London on this day in 1978? Was it Songbook, Chicago, The King and I, or Evita? A musical which premiered in London on this day in 1978. Either Songbook, Chicago, The King and I, or Evita. "15 seconds left. Quickly get your answer in. Just guess if you haven't got a clue. And the answer is Evita. Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. Fantastic song. So Evita, 34 getting that right, so approximately half the amount of people. Chicago getting 16 votes. King and I with 8, and Songbook with 4. So leaderboard, Zoe's favourite strengthens their lead at the top, ahead of Wildine and then Looney Luna. Question 16. How much does a weekday copy of the Daily Mail cost? Is it 50p, 70p, 60p, or 40p? So if you were to buy a copy of the Daily Mail during the week, not the weekend, how much would it cost? 50p, 70p, 60p, or 40p? And half the time gone. Ten seconds left. And the answer is 70p. So how many people put 70p? Most popular answer with 34. 21 going for 60. 5 for 50 and 2 for 40. Don't know if we've lost a few people, but 9 no-shows that time. And leaderboard, Zoe's favourite, with a 38-point lead over Wildine and CFC Turners in third place. Just outside the top 3, Newton Blues and Christchurch Spyrite. Rest of the top 10, Zoe's uncle Looney Luna, Ricardo, Not So Super, Siddons Aros, and Roy CFC. Few questions remain. So 17. Why is a man from London suing a woman for over 130,000 after having one date with her? Was it because she didn't tell him she was married? She posted a libelous comment about him on social media. He discovered she'd been born a male, or she'd kissed him despite having a cold sore. So Why is a lady being sued for over £130,000 after having a date with someone from London? Was it because she didn't tell him she was married? She posted a libelous comment about him on social media. He discovered she'd been born a male, or she kissed him despite having a cold sore. And he decided to take legal action because of one of those possibilities. 10 seconds left. And the answer is she kissed him despite having a cold sore. And he's making all sorts of claims that it's damaged his reputation, embarrassed him, caused him physical problems. He was laid up in bed for a while. So there you go. So 17D. So how many people put D? 34 getting that right. 14 going for C, 7 for B, and 3 for A. So is Zoe's favourite still the favourite at the top? Yes, they are. And a good lead as well over Will Dean. Newton Blues in third place. Looney Luna. And then Zoe's uncle. So dominated by Zoe today. Can't see the edges on the first screen, but certainly presuming they're part of the Zoe Edge contingent, well, certainly Zoe's uncle is. I'm guessing Zoe's favourite is as well. So good day for the Edges. So 18 in retail. What does the P stand for in the acronym POS? Is it purchase, point, price, or person? So POS. Is it purchase, point, price, or person? Half the time has now gone. 15 seconds left. Quickly get your answer in. And the answer is point. Point of sale. How many people put point B? Yep. Very popular answer, 49. Purchase chosen by 5. Price for 1. A person. So Zoe's favourite with a commanding lead at the top over Will Dean, and then Newton Blues in third. Okay, on to the penultimate question. Who is the odd one out? Look at those photos and decide which of those is the odd one out. So A, B, C, or D. There's something that picks one out as being different to the other 3. 15 seconds left. And the answer is B. Well, that is Alan Bennett, a playwright, and is the only one of that quartet who's not been knighted. He was offered a knighthood, but turned it down. We have with him Sir Andy Murray, Sir Patrick Stewart on the right. On D and C is Sir Ben Kingsley. So there you are, B. How many people put B? 21 if you're getting that right, but fair spread of answers. So how's that changed things at the top? Zoe's favourite with an unassailable lead at the top. Well, virtually unassailable, let's say. Would take a disaster to overhaul Zoe's favourite in the last question. Newton Blues in second, Will Dean and Looney Luna and Woody's Lot. That's the top 5. So we go into the final question of the day. So Allodoxophobia is the fear of what? Cleaning, string, opinions, or wind? Allodoxophobia. What is that the fear of? It's either cleaning, string, opinions, or wind. Allodoxophobia. You ever heard of that? Half the time has gone. Ten seconds remain. And the answer is opinions. So how many people put C, opinions? 20 getting that right. 18 going for wind, 14 for cleaning, and 6 for string. So let's find out then the final leaderboard. So we'll start off in third place today is Will Dean. In second place, Newton Blues, and I think we know the identity of today's winner. It is Zoe's Favourite. Well done, Zoe's Favourite. Congratulations, you've won a £10 voucher to spend in the Club Superstore at the Technique Stadium. So make sure you take a photo or a screenshot of your keypad, just so we can prove that it's you. I'll put the details on the website and social media so you know where to send that to. Take a look further down. Looney Luna, Ricardo, CFC Turners, Not So Super Siddons Are Us, Woody's Lot, Zoe's Uncle, and Lilo. That's the top 10. Can you see yourself in that list? We will keep the video up, so if you want to look at your leisure later on, you'll be able to see where you are. And taking a look further down, the Wag Rileys with a very respectable halfway, or just above halfway place on their debut. Hope you've enjoyed it. Looking further down, so we're heading up to the 50 mark. Baker was right up there at one point, slipped down to 48th. And further down we go, coming towards the bottom. Chesterfield, Brazil. Hope you've enjoyed it today. Bushy Tails, I think, had to register a few times before they were able to take part. Good to see you involved again today. Yep, we see there Bushy Tails try again, so clearly connection issues. The same goes for Andal and Linda J. They clearly having some sort of problem connecting, so congratulations once again to our winner today, Zoe's Favourite, who wins a £10 voucher to spend in the Club Superstore at the Technique Stadium. That will of course be reopened soon. Not open yet, certain safety measures being put in place to protect both customers and staff, but there is a click and collection service. Details are on the website, but this coming week, that's Tuesday and Thursday from 11 AM to 1 PM on both days. So if you do order online, you will be able to collect from a table positioned outside the stadium as you drive in, take a left, and it's near the W5 entrance. You'll see the ladies there who are able to serve you. You won't be able to make any purchases from there or arrange any refunds or exchanges, just for collections for online purchases. So a reminder as well about Wednesday night's Spyrites quiz, also here on the YouTube channel from around 8 PM, so please do join us for that. Phil Tooley once again providing the questions, and as it's quiz 13, it's all about disasters, so bad times for the Spyrites, relegations and different disappointments, all centered around that for the questions. So please do join us from around 8 PM on Wednesday night. Hope you've enjoyed it today. We'll keep going while ever there's the demand. Great to see around 170 people once again. Sorry, 100. It's good to see around 70 people taking part. I'm thinking of the Sparrites quiz, which attracts about 160 or 170 at the height. But yeah, around 70 people taking part today, which is great to see. Thanks for your support for the quizzes. It's satisfying to see people enjoying them and taking part. So hopefully do join us for further quizzes. In the meantime, take care and we'll speak to you soon.